What's going on, y'all? My name is F. Welcome back to the junkyard. Now I know I missed this week's episode, and that's why I'm here. I missed this week's episode because, to be frank with you guys, I completely forgot. I completely forgot to do it this week. I also forgot what I was doing last time I was on here. What the hell is going on? I'm swinging my stick around like crazy. This is out of hand. Here we go. I know what I need to do. I need to get some sand so I can make some glass. And now I'm just walking everywhere I go. But I missed last week's episode. I didn't want to acknowledge it because, to be honest, I was a little bit embarrassed. I just forgot. I made a big deal, a big stink about how I'm gonna make. However, I don't even remember how many episodes I said, to be honest with you. But I made a big stink about how I'm gonna make so many episodes this year, and I already forgot. I'm already just forgetting to do it. And it's not like, I missed something, and it's like, oh, it's like one thing. It's one thing, when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it on this day. And then I forget that I have like a prior arrangement or something, and I make it on the Monday instead, or upload the video on the Monday instead or something. That's one thing to me. Another thing, I just completely forget about it. I didn't completely forget about it, but it was 4 a.m. and I was laying in bed. I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. And I would say I woke up in the middle of the night, but I didn't really wake up in the middle of the night. I was about to fall asleep because I go to sleep at a very inconvenient time for most people. I have a terrible sleep schedule. I'm recording this video right now at 3:14 a.m. I have an absolutely terrible sleep schedule. But I woke up, I was in a cold sweat at 4 a.m. realizing I never recorded my video on Saturday night like I initially planned because I forgot. I forgot to record it. My plan was I was going to go to my friend's house. We're going to watch the UFC fight. I was going to come home. I was going to record. I was going to go to bed. I came home. I didn't record it and I went to bed. Came home and I played Xbox and I went to bed instead after that. I was like, oh, great. I completely forgot. I was thinking about stuff. I was like embarrassed. I was embarrassed at the fact that I forgot, to be honest with you. I'm embarrassed that my YouTube video takes as long as it does on my main channel makes too. There's a lot of stuff. So I was thinking, I was having a very healthy exercise of thinking about all the things I dislike about myself. All my greatest insecurities, you could say. And it's not something I'm exactly proud of doing, but I think it's something I want to kind of just talk about. Some of the ones that are really, really big time. And to be honest, I thought about this like 3 days ago. And now I'm not thinking about it again. I'm gonna have to rehash. I'm probably gonna forget some of them. But I want to start off. The number one thing. Oh no! Okay, number one thing I don't like is I just did that. What the hell was that? That was weird. That was crazy, actually. What the heck? Number one thing I want to talk about, though. That my number one biggest insecurity, you could say. Here, let me block this off first. That was crazy that just happened, by the way. What the hell? My number one biggest insecurity, though, you could say, is my voice. I don't like the way my voice sounds whatsoever. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to be like, oh, I don't like the way my voice sounds on camera. Or on video. People say that pretty often, I don't like the way I record myself and I hear myself talking, I don't like it. And that's more like, it's embarrassing. It's not something you're used to. I'm used to hearing my voice all the time and I still don't like it. And I don't think it's, I don't like the way my voice sounds. I don't like the way my voice comes across. And it's not like a microphone thing. I've had this problem with all the microphones I've ever had. I'm not confident in my own voice when I speak with it sometimes. And it's not that I'm not confident in what I say sometimes. I stutter a lot. I kind of talk in circles like I do on this channel very often if you guys are regulars around here. And on here, I kind of just like own that. I kind of just own the fact that I just talk in circles and don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But in general, I'm not very happy about the fact that I do it like that. I've been doing a lot of, I wouldn't say I discovered because I've seen this some time ago, but this comedian Norm Macdonald, I've seen a lot of him lately for whatever reason. He's been coming on my feed very often. And I've always been like, I wouldn't say a big fan of his, but I've always been a fan of his. I see his jokes, I think they're funny, a lot of them. I like the way he tells his jokes. But more recently, I'm seeing more and more stuff about him, and it's just like, geez, he really does know how to just like talk and be funny. And that's not something I'm like confident that I can do on my own, is just talk and be funny. And it really is something I feel like I want to learn and want to hone. I've been trying to do it for my entire life, basically. And I've never really felt like I was very funny. I think I can have a good one-liner or a zinger here and there, but nothing like, I can't really set up a joke and knock them down like a comedian can. Not that I want to be a comedian or anything. I don't really have any interest in doing any stand-up comedy or anything. But I never really had the ability to just, set them up and knock it down, make a good joke that I create all my own. I started it, I told a story, whatever it may be, and have a good punchline at the end. And Norm Macdonald is kind of known for not having great punchlines with stuff like that, even though I think they're super funny, a lot of them. But the way he tells a story is just funny, and it's not something I think I can do. And I talk about my biggest insecurity to start this video. It's been half the video so far, or at least however long it's going to be, half the Minecraft day, just talking about my voice and the way I talk. And I have more to say about my voice than the way I talk too, believe it or not. So get ready to keep on going. I don't like the way I talk in my inflection, not even my voice this time around. I don't like the way some of the words I enunciate and stuff and put emphasis on. I think it's annoying, and it's not a good thing when I find my own voice annoying when I'm trying to be a YouTuber, right? I feel like Tommy in it. He used to start every video saying, "Most people think I'm annoying." That's how I feel when I make my videos, but it's not not in a marketing way like he is. Well, I keep doing that today. What the hell? I keep doing that stupid thing where I click forward and then I open something and I start walking on my own. I keep doing that. That's whatever. But it's not like a quirky, funny way that Tommy Innit does it. I get to a bunch of marketing and branding and whatever it may be. I just think I'm just like, jeez. Who's gonna wanna, no wonder people don't watch my videos. They gotta listen to this for however long, an hour. I don't know how to fix that. I feel my voice is very nasally and just kind of annoying to talk or listen to. And I do have the biggest problem. I know it's a little bit contradictory to what I said earlier. When I said it's not that. I said earlier that people get uncomfortable hearing their own voice on videos, and that's not my problem. This is contradictory to me saying it's not my problem right now, because I do have that problem a little bit when I'm watching someone else's video that I'm in, and then I hear my own voice. I don't like that at all. I don't like my voice as it is. I really don't like it when I'm not the one demanding the room, or when there's other voices to compare it to. I feel like pretty much everyone I talk to has a better voice content-wise than I do, frankly, and I don't really know what to do about that. I don't really know if it's something I can fix. I kind of just gotta own it. I talk a lot from the back of my throat. Maybe I can train myself to talk a little bit differently and get a little bit more of a confident inflection on my way my voice sounds, a little bit less fry on it. My voice sounds really nasally and really fried, but not in the cool, sexy way, in the annoying, geeky nerd way. And yeah, I'm not a fan. At least my voice isn't super high pitched, but when I hear my own voice, I think it's pretty high pitched, frankly. People tell me I have a deeper voice, but I don't think I agree with that. When I was younger, actually, when I was probably 14, 15 years old, and my balls started to drop, as they do. My voice got deeper at the same time, of course. And I used to be a little bit of a squeaker, like many of us were. But when my voice first started getting deeper, my parents genuinely thought I was faking it. They thought I was faking it to sound cooler, which is just, tells you everything you need to know about how I was as a little guy. I never really thought I was very cool, frankly. I've always felt like, how do I put this? I've always felt like people are gonna, Tommy in it again. I've always felt like people are gonna find me annoying, and that people are gonna see right through a charade that I'm not even putting up. I feel like it's something I'm almost afraid of. I wouldn't say afraid, but something I'm not really a fan of is that I think I'm afraid people are gonna see through a charade that I don't even realize I'm putting up, where I'm pretending to be something I'm not. And I'm afraid people are gonna think that this channel is me doing that too, but I think that'd be more of a misunderstanding. This is just me coming on here to just talk about the way I think about myself and think about the world around me, really. I'm not trying to be anything special over here. But I don't think I'm I think I'm genuine. I try to be genuine, but at the same time, I think at the back of my mind, I think a lot about stuff that other people do that I think is interesting or cool or something. I'm I wish I was cool or interesting or funny or whatever it may be, like that guy. I'm afraid that people are gonna pick up on the fact that I want to be cool or funny or interesting like that guy over there, and they're gonna be like, oh, you're just trying to be like that guy over there because he's more cool and funny and interesting than you. And I'm like, jeez. And it's not even something I'm consciously doing. It's consciously something I'm thinking about, but I'm not consciously saying, I know I said before I want to emulate Norm Macdonald's joking pattern a little bit, but it's not like I'm consciously trying to be cool or more suave or whatever than I am. But I'm afraid that just the way I carry myself, it seems like I'm trying to be something I'm not, even if I'm not. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense at all. What else am I insecure about? Because I said it is my biggest insecurities. I've talked about one. I guess two. What else am I insecure about? I don't think I'm the best looking guy ever, but I think that's kind of basic to say. What else? I've been going to the gym for a while. I'm not jacked yet, but you know, that's just me being undisciplined. Oh, that's a good one, actually. I'm not very disciplined. When I can get into a routine, I work hard, but I really easily fall out of the routine. And I really easily distract just in general, and it takes away from my work and stuff. And it leads to like, especially when it's like stuff like YouTube, where it's like kind of like, even though I know there's not 7,000 people watching my videos every single time, a finger on the pulse waiting for me to upload. I do feel like there's 7,000 people sitting there finger on the pulse waiting for me to upload, and you're like, what the hell is taking this guy so long? When I'm literally just distracting myself and taking myself away from my own work. And when my entire life goal basically has been to grow on YouTube, for me to take myself away from my own work of YouTube, it makes me feel stupid. But then I can't like get myself out of that mindset of me not working, and I just end up not working even more, and then it just takes me into a deeper hole. But I just don't know if that's an insecurity as much as that's just like a mental issue that I have that I need to get over, or a mental hurdle I need to get over. I wouldn't even call it an issue. I really don't like giving myself labels with stuff, like saying I have a mental issue, like, because I feel like that just, me having a mental issue and using that term to describe me saying, oh, I can't focus super good and I'm super easily distracted when I'm doing my work, makes me feel like I sound like I'm pretending that's worse than it is. Does that make sense too? I keep asking that today. I'm not very good at explaining myself. You guys couldn't tell. Yeah, let me just reorganize this a little bit. But I feel like I don't even know how to word it, really, to be honest with you. How could I word this even? Now I'm losing my train of thought altogether. I feel like a lot of people are trying to be something that they're not, and I won't even say be something that they're not. A lot of people want to feel like they're a part of something, and I don't want to be like that at all. The only thing I want to be a part of is myself. And I really am afraid when I talk about stuff sometimes, if I say like, yeah, I'm this, or I'm this, or I'm like this, people are going to assume that based on the way I explain something, that I'm a little bit more in that camp than I really am. Like, I don't know what I can even say, really, that would fit. I guess this is kind of an example, but it's not like a good one. It's not really a deep cut one. I probably should have prepared myself a little more before recording this, but whatever, we're already pretty much done. An example would be like for me to say, yeah, I'm a big like basketball fan, and then someone starts harping on me about my opinions on like a bunch of random basketball stuff, and it's like, damn, I really just let me say I'm a big basketball fan led this person to believe that I know I'm more of a ball knower than I really am. And that's like, just the idea that happened to me is like almost like embarrassing. I really don't want to, I never want to put myself in a position where people think I'm more than what I am. And not in like the, I want to underperform way. It just, I don't want to be like more of a piece of a group than I really am. I don't want to represent myself as more of a piece of a group than what I am. Does that make sense? I don't know. It really just gets on my nerves when people are like, what can I say? That's not going to be too controversial. And just you see people on social media all the time being like, yeah, I have ADHD, and it's really just like, yeah, they're kind of just like weird. And they get bored when they're in school. And so you don't have ADHD, you're just trying to be part of the crowd that has ADHD. I don't think I have ADHD. I might. And if I found out I did, I wouldn't be that surprised. Because one of my buddies has ADHD and I have similar issues to him, I guess. But I don't go around saying I have ADHD. And I also, this is a little bit different. I'm not hating on people with ADHD here. But I get annoyed when people say, I'm going to use ADHD as an example, but I think about this for anything that's a mental ailment or anything. When people say, oh, ADHD is my superpower or something like that, or anything is my superpower. And it's like, I feel like you're just lying to yourself when you say that. But I don't know if that's an accurate representation of what that is, to be honest. I don't know. This is a very rambly episode. I missed this week's episode. I felt bad about it. I didn't do anything. I normally record them on like the Friday or Saturday before the Sunday that I upload it. And if I miss that, I just record on Sunday. And then on Sunday, I was like, oh man, I don't want to record anything. And I felt bad about this whole time. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? I don't want it to sound bad. I'm trying to build my main channel to be more of like this is like, I'm talking about like just general stuff now. I'm not even talking about the topic of the video anymore. I'm trying to build my main channel, be more like a cult following, quote unquote. Not like I'm trying to build a cult, but you know, cult following, a bunch of people, the people that like actually like fuck with me in the channel, excuse my language, follow me in the channel, not the one I like tap in return. Because I feel like YouTube has this tendency recently, with the how the algorithm works, where it's like they don't really want to build community anymore. It's just like we want to serve the number one people the exact video they want to watch all the time, and they don't really care about building a community. And I think the community aspect was my favorite part about, or my favorite drawing point towards YouTube when I was a kid. And the fact that that's kind of going away is really, it really saddens me, to be honest with you. So I kind of want to be able to figure out my own way to manufacture that community, even if it doesn't mean my channel's not going to grow as fast as it does. And I don't really know how to do that. But yeah, YouTube really wants to kill the idea of the audience community by doing with the way the algorithm is now. Because you guys don't know, I could post a video right now and YouTube would show it to like 200 on my 7,000 subscribers. They probably showed it to like 200 of my most loyal subscribers right away. And after that, they're showing it to anyone that might show a few tendencies of liking that video. Then I kind of show it to my subscribers every single time. So now that community that used to be built up where you post a video and all your subscribers get on the recommended page, that doesn't exist on YouTube anymore. They just want to serve the videos that are going to get people to watch the most. I don't know if I worded that correctly at all. They just want to serve people the videos that they're most likely to watch. It doesn't matter if it's from a channel they already watched before. It just matters what the title and the thumbnail and the topic of the video is more than anything else. So the sense of community that's built on YouTube is not really there. And people talk about this a lot with quote unquote third spaces being gone on in culture right now for young people. And I think YouTube, even though it's not exactly a place or a space to be occupied, I think a lot of people have felt a sense of community, myself included, by all watching the same YouTubers and being a part of returning community of YouTubers. Jeez, I can't speak. And really the only sense that anyone has these days is through streamers, and those streamers that really have that community are so huge that a community doesn't even exist. It's like calling a crowd of people at a football game a community. It's 80,000 people there. 80,000 people are watching Stable Ronaldo stream. That's not a community. That's just 80,000 people that watch Stable Ronaldo stream. There's not really a continuous community there. Obviously, there's still a community aspect of people that are posting stuff on YouTube or on TikTok and stuff on his behalf and are fans of him. But that doesn't really exist the way it used to in YouTube in general, really. And I do want to really try to get my audience to be represent a little bit more of that older style of YouTube. But with Minecraft videos, it's kind of hard because I feel like it skews younger, and younger kids don't really know about that history of YouTube with the community stuff like that. So I don't really know how to manage that. Yeah, that was a super ramble for like 4 minutes. Holy shit. Sorry for cussing, but yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry I didn't post one on Sunday. A little bit, basically a double feature at this point. I see the sun's already rising the clock, so I gotta go to sleep like right now. I'll probably make one on Sunday still, even though I made this one today. So I'll see you guys all next week.